Welcome, Transformers fans. My name is Composite EnerJoe, and as you can see, I am not in my normal review area. That's because my review today is so big, I couldn't really put it in my normal review area. So I'm going to be doing it here. And essentially, all future reviews on figures that are larger than a leader class will be done in this area. So let's get on with the review. So yeah, welcome to my final Stunticons review. And we're ending it with a bang. Maybe. So now, let's get on to the, the main event of owning all of the Stunticons. So now, Stunticons merge. Merge. Yeah, hold on. Kind of coming out weird. Merge to form Menasor. So let's start off by having... Whoops. Lower this a bit. So now we have off-road and dead end as legs. So then we get Motor Master here, and this is how you combine them. Just grab this. Just grab this, and just angle it so that you can see it. There's like these areas that you can slide this into from here. Just put it in, slide it, and it should just go in automatically. There. One leg, now the other. Should be pretty simple. There we go. It's kind of hard to explain, but like you have this black thing, this black sort of thing part that holds it into place. It moves up and down, and then you slide it on these little rails. There we go, rails. So there is legs. Now he's getting pretty tall. So let me stand them up a bit. Straighten them up. I have a feeling that this might be a fairly short video since it's just me combining them. And then we get he's pretty tall. There we go. There. Now we have breakdown as the left arm. And same thing, let me move this for clearance. Just put it there and slide it in. And then we have drag strip as his right arm. So just put it in there. Make sure to line up these grooves on the rails that are here and just push it in. And push it in. And here we have, and then this. And then actually for these weapons, now that we have them combined, I actually like putting them back here in his Motor Master hands to sort of resemble that he has some cannons on here. Alright, so here we have Menasor. Well, almost. There is one extra piece you can do, and this is sort of a little bonus review along with Menasor, and that's this character. I'm going to review this guy really quick. This is Combiner Wars Legends class Blackjack. You pop this off. This is his weapon, and this is how you sort of store his weapon is in vehicle mode. Just peg this onto these things. So let me just review him really quick. Pretty nice alt mode. Nothing special. Looks like a little sports car. Let's yeah, he's Legends class. That's what is the modern day equivalent of a Scout class. Although I think it's a bit smaller. So to transform him really quick, separate the arms, fold them forward a bit, rotate forward these like that, and come down here, separate this, and pop this forward, and then fold this around. Fold this around, bring this down, separate here. And here we have Blackjack in his pretty cool little robot mode. Really not much to say. It's a ball joint. And head is also on a pretty small ball joint. But check out that head sculpt. Whoop. Check out that head sculpt. Pretty nice looking head. I'm not familiar with this character, but I think he looks pretty cool. His little weapon, you just give it to him. He has like a little club or sword or whatever. So there he is. With his weapon. And now, like I said, the reason why I'm mentioning him, he is sort of the 6th member of the Stunticons. Kind of. As you probably tell that this looks complete, but no, you can actually add this guy, and he forms the sort of the chest. If that makes any sense, he forms the chest of Motor Master. So to turn him, all you literally just have to turn him back into his vehicle mode. So bring this back, fold it back. Make sure you peg. There's like 2 pegs in here to line them up with this, the knees. And there, straighten it out. Fold that in. Fold that in. Yeah, he's pretty easy to transform. Now here's what you do: hold him sideways, take the weapon, and attach it to these 2 pegs. 2 ports here. And there you have Blackjack in his chest mode. Although I feel this is more like the chest crest mode, if anything. How do you put him onto Menasor? Well, you do this. You open this up, and there's like these 2 pegs here. And there's actually 2 holes, 2 ports on Blackjack. Lower the skirt down a bit, and just put him on. And then lift this up to kind of hold it in place. And there we have. And I gotta say, adding Blackjack does complete the look a bit. Does complete the look. It's a nice touch because this adds a little more purple, which matches with the limb parts. So yeah, this is now the complete Menasor, the actual really complete Menasor. The only thing he's missing is his weapon, which you take the Motor Master weapon, and you can actually combine them. Like this, just sort of, there's a hole right here. Just put it in, and now you have Menasor's sword. And you just plug this into any hand, and boom, there he is. There is Menasor, now 110% complete. Because I feel that Blackjack isn't really necessary, but it does add more to the overall look. And that's it. Here's Menasor and his complete combined. The Stunticons combined together, they merged for it to become Menasor. And he looks good and nothing else. Yes, unfortunately, this is probably, I think out of all the combiners that came out of Combiner Wars, the 2 Menasors and the 2 Optimus Maximus, which are the combiners using the Voyager Optimus Primes, both the regular and the white one, which were, remember, they were based off of this mold, so Optimus Maximus has the same exact flaws that Menasor has. So the Optimus Maximus, both of them, and the 2 different Menasors, both, this one and the G2 colored one, they are the worst combiner of the line. It's the worst one, and I hate saying that, because I think as a presence, he looks good. He looks great. It's very, I think it's a fantastic, like, reimagining or reboot to the G1 Menasor. I think this looks fantastic, but that is it. That is it, and it stinks that I have to say that. And all of the flaws are in the Motor Master mold. This is where the flaws are. Well, one, look at this. Yeah, Blackjack doesn't peg in properly. It's literally, you slide him in and then you hope that this skirt piece can just hold it in place. That's the first annoying thing. It took me forever to figure out that you have to use the skirt just to hold them in place, because it does not peg in tightly at all. It doesn't peg in at all. It just sits there. So that's problem number 1. Blackjack is pretty much useless. You have to glue him on there if you actually want him to have a sturdy post there. So let me just take him off because he's gonna fall off anyway. So close him back this up. So you still have a pretty decent chest, like I said. Blackjack, I consider an honorary member of the Stunticons because of that. You don't really need him. He's just, you can have this, or even open up to have this pretty nicely detailed chest cannon or whatever. It just, yeah, this just falls off. Second problem. The second annoying problem, you move his arms. You try and move his arms, and yeah, as you saw there, this entire connection will pop off. This is not a strong connection. You want to move his really strong ratchet arm, you have to be holding is the actual Motormaster arm. And look, he's just starting to fall apart. Then you have his legs, which are on a weird angle. Which are on a really weird angle. But look, the moment you start any movement, if this pops off, he'll just start falling over. So yeah. Yeah. As you can see, this, and I hate it because I think he looks great. And those are the flaws. All of the flaws are on this mold of Motormaster, which they should have. They should have done it so much better. And the sad part is that Motormaster and the I guess his pre-tool or whatever, Optimus Prime, those were the, well, no, this mold was one of the, I think one of the first Voyagers. Like the Optimus Prime was one of the first, was the first Voyager in the Combiner Wars line. So people had access to this mold, this terrible mold, before anyone else, unless they found Silverbolt. But yeah, this is a disgrace. This should not be a thing. I've seen like fans online do like their own versions of like the transformation to like improve it a bit, but there's no saving this. There really isn't. Then it ends up being the question, do I recommend Motormaster? I mean, Menasor. Here's the weird part for me. Like I said, I think look-wise, in terms of his appearance, I think he looks really nice. He looks awesome. Just don't touch him. Like, just have this guy complete. Like, his articulation would be that on these tight ratchet joints, on these really strong ratchets, he can go 360. He has waist. He has, not waist, rotation there, arm there. He would, as you saw, could do a pretty good kick. But because of the way these are designed, it'll just fall apart. Like, these are not strong enough to hold the legs. He has a ratchet joint here for rotation. And the feet can also rotate. And the head is on a ball joint, which is a very, let me get a close-up, which is a very, and I think I showed it before for Motormaster, that is a very nice Menasor head. And that's it. He has great articulation, but the moment you mess around with him, he falls apart. And that's the biggest issue. Because honestly, no matter how good the actual individual figures are, and I think they're great, I really genuinely believe that the Stunticon, oh, he does have a waist. But I genuinely believe that the Stunticons, individually and as a team, in their non-combined form, you have the Stunticons just, like, individually, they look really nice. They're nice. By themselves, they're solid figures and they're great. Having them together as a team, like, in not combined, like, having the Stunticons, I think they look fantastic. But when you combine them, which is the whole reason you get the Stunticons, like, which is kind of sad. The main reason you get the Stunticons is to combine them and to form, you know, to get them into Menasor. But yeah, this is sad. Like, you can look at him, but that's it. You can't mess with him because if not, he'll just. Oh, because if not, look, even. Man, even my camera got disappointed. I think, yeah, I don't know if you caught that, but yeah, I do have a Doom poster and a Pokemon poster up there and like some more figures up there. But yeah, I guess the camera got sick of Menasor and decided to go look at something better. So yeah, overall, I don't know. I honestly don't know if I should recommend this combiner. Oh, this is what I'll do. I do recommend the team as individual members because I think each individual figure was nice and looked really good when you have the team together. But as the combined Menasor, it has too many problems to justify getting them. So yeah, I don't know. I say if you really want the Stunticons, go for them. I think that the team, the actual separate figures as a team look nice, but the Menasor could be much better. However, if you do like what you see, then get him. If you don't plan on like messing around with him, then yeah, he's fine to look at. I think he looks nice. But that's it. So, what else can I really say? So yeah, unfortunately, this is the worst combiner in the line, along with Optimus Maximus. Those are the two worst. And I have nothing more to really say. So, yeah, it's unfortunate, but yeah, this was pretty much my first, one of the first combiners I got from Combiner Wars. I got him complete. I was so happy that I made him and I saw all the flaws, and I'm like, I honestly would not have gotten him had I known he had all these flaws. But I do, and I don't regret it because I learned from it, and like I said, he does look nice. But don't touch him. He basically consider him like like what is it, like $100 statue. Just consider him like $100 statue, and then you'll be fine. But yeah, so yeah, this has been my final Stunticons review that I wish could have ended on a little more of a positive note. Like I said, best thing about him, he looks cool. And what else? So this has been my review. Well, I guess double review kind of the Transformers. Well, first off, this has been my final review of the Stunticons and my review of the Transformers Combiner Wars. I guess I could call this Combiner class. Like, this doesn't really have a class. I think if we were going by an old school standard, this would be, I guess, Supreme, maybe. But yeah, I'm just going to call this the Combiner class, Menasor. And with the bonus review of the Legends class of the same line, Blackjack. So yeah, this is Composite EnerJoe, signing off. Peace out.